Start হয়েছে। স্টার্ট হয়েছে মনে হয় তো।
ইউটিউবে
তোমাকে লিঙ্ক দিয়ে দেখো তো কাজ করে নাকি। ইউটিউব অ্যাকাউন্ট ব্যান না করলে। আরে ফেসবুক না চললে এখন কি অবস্থা দেখো তো, লিঙ্ক দিচ্ছি তোমাকে। পাইছো?
লিঙ্কে তো ঢুকতেছে না।
কি বলে?
দাঁড়াবো দেখতেছি।
কাজ করে না কোনটা। দাঁড়াও এক সেকেন্ড। স্ট্রিম ইউআরএল দেখাচ্ছে। স্ট্রিম ইউআরএল তো এটাই। দাঁড়াও, তুমি তো লাইভ আছে এখন। এক সেকেন্ড।
তাহলে ওই যে তোমার চ্যানেলের লিঙ্কটা দাও তো, দেখো তো। চো,
এক সেকেন্ড।
ওটা একটা হইতে পারে।
ইয়ে পাই না কি পাইছি। এক সেকেন্ড। হলো, এই তো প্লে হইতেছে না।
Which is where we talk about
Exactly.
Jake
Exactly.
Paul and Tommy Fury. Them sort of fights where they're tough and you have to dig deep. You learn from them, you remember them and you take them into the
লিঙ্ক কাজ করতেছে, বাট ল্যাগ করতেছে যে। হ্যাঁ, এখন ল্যাগ
স্ট্রিমই ল্যাগ
করতেছে।
করতেছে আর কি।
ক্লিয়ার হওয়ার পরে দেখা যাক, কিন্তু লিঙ্ক ঠিক আছে।
them and you take them into the
লিঙ্ক কাজ করতেছে, বাট ল্যাগ করতেছে যে। হ্যাঁ, এখন ল্যাগ
স্ট্রিমই ল্যাগ
করতেছে।
করতেছে আর কি।
ক্লিয়ার হওয়ার
The last fight.
এই অবস্থা কেন? আচ্ছা, এর থেকে বেরোতে হবে না স্পট থেকে।
I've seen some highlights and stuff like that, so we'll see what he can do tonight. You know, being able to have punching power is something that you have to prove over time. a consistency. You know, throughout my career, it's been consistency. Every man I face has been laid over and over again. I just don't want to put out false information that's not going to come to fruition right now. So,
well,
but
Deontay, you seem very happy. It's great to see you happy. Thanks for talking to us.
Blessing. Thank you guys so much. And enjoy the fight. Enjoy the night. We're in Saudi Arabia, baby. Let's go. And if you ain't here, you should have been here.
Great to see him in action again, wouldn't it be? And Tommy Fury's getting ready to go into action in our main event here tonight on BT Sport Box Office. The countdown to their first bell is very much on. And Jake Paul, well, he's donned some of the garb. The balaclava's off. And they are beginning to make their final preparations as well. Before they get in the ring at cruiserweight tonight, very much looking forward to this, Carl, the WBC title matchup between two veteran stars.
Great fight. I think Badou Jack obviously is not a cruiserweight. He's campaigned at super middleweight. He fought George Groves. He beat George Groves. He got the draw against James DeGale and Adonis Stevenson, actually, two good campaigners in that weight. I mean, Adonis Stevenson knocked out Tony Bellew up at light heavyweight. Just a tough fighter. The Lucian Bute fight, I think that was a disqualification win, but he beat him fair and square.
Is it possible he can carry the weight up, do you think?
I'm not so sure.
Because his best days were at super middle,
And I think the reason he's up at
cruiserweight,
the reason he's up at cruiserweight is because he's 39 years old and he's kind of having a last bite at the cherry. But what's going in his favour is Makabu's not boxed for over a year. And that inactivity can be a massive problem.
Nonetheless, he's been a really proud holder of this belt, and the way he's regrouped since losing to Tony Bellew is admirable, isn't it?
He's had a fantastic run. He's been over to Russia a couple of times and performed, knocking out his opponents away from home, and he's gone from strength to strength. He's unbeaten, WBC champion at cruiserweight, and is a great fighter. I mean, if he can get through this one tonight, which I think he does, even though Badou Jack's a bit more, he's got no ring rust. Makabu's a bit inactive, like I said, over a year out of the ring. I think if he comes through this, which he does, there's a couple of big fights in Britain. Lawrence Okolie, Richard Riakporhe. Okolie's got the WBO title. So if I was managing him, they're the sort of fights I'd be looking for. Get him established back on UK soil, maybe against someone like Riakporhe. If he gets through that tees up a really nice fight for unification for the WBO and the WBC.
Does sound like a plan, but Denzel, could the plan fall apart tonight against Badou Jack?
It could. Badou Jack's a good fighter. I know, Carl said, like he said, he campaigned that. He had his best days at super middleweight. He done okay at light heavyweight, became world champion at light heavyweight, but one more roll at the dice to become a three-weight world champion. 39 years old, he is getting on a bit. Makabu's been inactive, and for any fighter, that's an Achilles heel for any fighter, inactivity, and he's 35. So it could play a big part in it, but Badou Jack's not a real cruiserweight, so we'll have to see how he holds, a shot from a real cruiserweight, and Makabu hits really hard at cruiserweight, so.
Anthony, a little word from you before we go live, please.
Makabu is a short, squat southpaw with very heavy hands. As Carl said earlier, Tony Bellew said that and felt that. And how he has rebuilt has been fantastic. You know, he's had some great wins. Badou Jack's always been a very solid fighter, very solid fighter. Can he go through the weights and do it? I'm not so sure. Maybe this is a step too far.
Tell you what, now we're going to find out. Thank you.